Welcome to my Week 2 battle of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. My team, the LA Wakers, is taking on Scizor, coach of the Borussia Donphan. I'll be giving you guys a quick breakdown of my opponent's team and the team that I'm using today, why I'm bringing these Pokemon, and the Wi-Fi battle will follow. But first, if you're excited about this Pokemon Draft League Wi-Fi battle, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and also sub to the channel if you're new. My opponent has some very scary offensive threats, like Roaring Moon and Azelf. He even has two of the best defensive Pokemon in the game, in Corviknight and Dondozo. Not to mention a fantastic Wish Passer in Florges, which is also one of his Terra Captains that can Terrasilize into a Fairy, Ground, or Water type, Rillaboom to set up grassy terrain, and his next Terra Captain, Wifi, which can use that grassy terrain with Grassy Seed plus Unburden, and Terrasilize into a Poison, Flying, or Dark type. There is no way my opponent doesn't bring Roaring Moon versus me, as I have 3 Psychic types on my team. So I decided to bring Crocodile off the bench. Crocodile provides me with a ground type to stop Palmot from spamming Thunder Punch, a resist to Roaring Moon's Crunch, and an immunity to Azelf's Psychic, and Intimidate, which can help me deal with the aforementioned Roaring Moon, Wifi, potentially Rillaboom, and Talonflame. I went with an Impish Max Defense Max HP set because I needed to be able to take a +1 Outrage, even Life Orb boosted, from Roaring Moon. I went with Low Kick because with Stealth Rock and Rocky Helmet damage, Roaring Moon does go down. Crunch allows me to deal with Azelf and Frostlass, and Stealth Rock plus Taunt allow me to get up hazards while also stopping Corviknight from defogging them. Because my opponent could easily bring something like a Taunt lead Frostlass, and Dondozo's Wave Crash is semi-hard to switch into, I went with Hisuian Samurott next, and this time I'm using physically defensive as well. Hisuian Samurott can take multiple body presses from Dondozo, Liquidations, and Avalanches that are aimed at my Dragonite. It's the perfect anti-Frostlass lead, as it can't taunt me to stop my spike since I'm attacking it with Ceaseless Edge. Aqua Cutter gives me a way of hitting Talonflame and Mudsdale while also doing decent damage to Florges, and Sacred Sword allows me to knock out Roaring Moon, which I can tank a hit from because of my EV spread. I went with Taunt as my last move for a few reasons. 1, it stops Corviknight's defog. 2, it stops Dondozo from going for Rest or Yawn or Curse. And 3, it stops Frostlass from trying to Destiny Bond cheese me turn 2 after I go for Ceaseless Edge and bring it down to its Focus Sash. My next pick was Annihilate because my first 2 Pokemon don't really like switching into Palmot's attacks, but Annihilate can easily shrug them off. Even though they have Unaware Dondozo, Annihilate can beat it 1v1 via Taunt plus Rage Fist, which constantly stacks as it attacks me. With my Adamant Nature and 100 attack EVs, at 100 base power, I 2 KO max HP Dondozo. My 228 HP EVs and my 96 special defense EVs allow me to take 1 extra boosted Psychic from Azelf. And after a bulk up, my 56 defense EVs allow me to not be 2 KO by Corviknight's Brave Bird, and if Rage Fist gets to 150 base power, I 2 KO physically defensive Corviknight at +1. The rest was put into speed just in case he tries to creep with a Rillaboom or a Florges, a min speed Annihilate. Drain Punch combined with my opponent's own grassy terrain if he does bring Rillaboom means Annihilate can almost never die, and it allows me to hit Wifi for really big damage, which I expect him to Terrasilize with, because Terra Wifi can be a big threat, and Rillaboom, if it's Swords Dance, Grassy Seed, Acrobatics, can beat the first 3 members of my team. I wanted Multiscale Dragonite to help be a nice check. I decided on heavy duty boots, that way I always keep Multiscale. I'm never going to switch in this Dragonite unless it's guaranteed that I get a KO, so it should always be at full HP before attacking. With Rash Nature and Max Special Attack, I can knock out Rillaboom with Air Slash after Spike, or with Air Slash into Extreme Speed. Azelf also dies with Air Slash into Extreme Speed with my 24 attack EVs. Thunderbolt 2 KOs physically defensive Corviknight while also doing big damage to Dondozo, and Ice Beam allows me to hit Mudsdale, Roaring Moon, and Rillaboom all in one. My 80 HP EVs and 100 defense EVs allow me to take 1 Choice Band Outrage from Roaring Moon if I'm at full, and my 52 speed EVs allow me to outspeed a no-speed Rillaboom, while also speed creeping Corviknight and Florges. And Air Slash into Extreme Speed also deals with Wifi. My first 4 Pokemon all lose to Florges, so I needed a Pokemon that could 1v1 it always. Enter Cresselia. Cresselia's main role on this team is to spread Thunder Wave paralysis and also just eat neutral hits from Palmot, Florges, Azelf, and more. As I really wanted it to be a Florges answer, my 204 HP EVs and my Calm Nature 56 special defense EVs mean I'm never 2 KO by a Choice Specs modest Florges' Moonblast. I also live a +2 Extra Belt boosted Shadow Ball from Azelf and can Thunder Wave it back. My 160 defense EVs allow me to take 1 Choice Band Crunch from Roaring Moon and Thunder Wave it. 68 speed EVs allow me to outspeed a no-speed Rillaboom while also speed creeping Florges and Corviknight, and the rest is put into special attack to boost my Psyshock, which can become very powerful thanks thanks to Calm Mind, and this should allow me to beat a Calm Mind Florges. Lastly, I went with one of my Terra captains, Hisuian Electrode. Hisuian Electrode is faster than my opponent's fastest Pokemon, Talonflame, and can threaten it with Thunderbolt. I'm also faster than Roaring Moon and can threaten it with a Terra Blast Fairy. Leaf Storm allows me to deal with Mudsdale, as well as Dondozo, and Volt Switch allows me to get in big threats like Annihilate. I decided on Heavy Duty Boots, that way I don't have to worry about Spikes or Stealth Rock for my opponent's Pokemon. And Static, just in case Roaring Moon tries to U-turn on me. A 30% chance to paralyze isn't bad. Terra Ice also would have been good in this game, but I decided on Terra Fairy because it allows me to resist Mach Punch from Palmont, which is a pretty big threat, and also I still have the super effective Terra Blast versus it. That's my team for week 2 of the Pokemon Premier League. I want to give a big shout out to Emil, Owen, Tone, Envy, Zazo, and Dylan for all the help this week. Like I said before, if you are enjoying the Pokemon Draft League content, make sure you subscribe. I'm on my way to 400k, that's my end of the year goal, and if everybody today who watched this video subscribed, I could hit 400k by the end of the day. And also check out my opponent Lars. He's a very good battler, and his week 1 game was sick. Without further ado, let's get right into the battle. Alright, so here we are with my week 2 battle versus Lars. It has been a long time since I've played him. Make sure you subscribe to him, and also if you enjoy the draft content, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and subbing to me as well. So I did bring Hisuian Electrode, and my god, does it look good in this game. Hisuian Electrode looked absolutely amazing in this game. Rillaboom plus Grafaiai, so I'm assuming it's going to be the Unburdened set, which we want to be careful about. Florges, Grafaiai. I'm just going to finish writing down everything, and then there's the Roaring Moon. Also got to be aware of my Rage Fist counter in this game too. But yeah, my Thunder Wave Cresselia is really strong here. How do I want to start off? Kind of like the idea of Crooked out early. Especially because Roaring Moon is kind of free versus my team to U-turn around. I think that's very fair. Yeah, I like Crook very early. Because I can also, if I get off the Intimidate on Roaring Moon, I can switch out into Annihilate and get it to 100 base power from the start. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited about this game. Again, if you enjoy this, make sure you let me know. Leave a like, subscribe. And also, if you want to pick up my Draco Shaker, make sure you use code AIM if you want to support. Oh, that's just code AIM30, but I don't think that's available right now. Code AIM to support me. Link is down below. We've already sold 1,100 plus units, so good luck, Lars. Let's have fun. Alright, so ends up leading off of Florges, which obviously isn't a good, favorable lead for me. Funny, because if he actually has Baton Pass, he'll Baton Pass on -1, which is actually hilarious. So I do want to find out what this Florges set is from the get. So we are going to make the Cresselia play immediately. If it is specs, he'll do about 38 to 40%. Oh, thank you for doing that for me. thank you, Java, for letting me know when he's an update. So we're gonna make the Cresselia play right here. Let's see what the Florges goes for. They do end up switching out immediately. Into who? Into Rudy. I'm assuming this is a Rillaboom. Oh, this is a Dondozo. Okay, so Dondozo comes out. Maybe they were fearing like a banded attack there. They shouldn't be able to knock out my Electrode in one hit, no matter what they go for, even if they go for Earthquake or an Avalanche, because it's really weak. So I'm going to make the Electrode play immediately on Dondozo. Find out, like, even if they're max attack, they won't be able to knock me out because it's going to be 60 base power here. And again, my Electrode is just really, really strong here. So Dondozo I take a little bit less than half from Body Press. And if they start cursing, I'm in a decent spot too. Nice shiny Electrode. I love this mon, man. There's a Yawn. So we know they have Yawn. I don't know if they're Yawn plus Protect, but what I'm going to do is end up going out into Samurai here just in case they do end up protecting on me. They could also go Rillaboom, but this is still my play because I want to try and get up as many spikes as possible. Again, if they do have that Protect, we want this to happen. So we know they have Yawn. Maybe they're not cursed then. Maybe they're just full on support. Hazards look incredible versus my opponent. So let's see. They could also go Florges here. So both would be absolutely fine. A Body Press initially would be very wild from them. So there's an Avalanche. Perfect. Yawn Avalanche. Avalanche. That doesn't matter too much to me. That's absolutely nothing. I am max defense though. Let me see how much Avalanche would do. Yeah, absolutely nothing. So we're just going to go right for the Cecil side. Just see if we can hit this first attack from me. I hit it for once. Let's go. Woo! Get up a spike. Let's go. We get to get up a spike there. Perfect. They end up going for body press, which isn't going to do much because I am basically max defense, right? I am max defense on this set. So we're going to get a nice, beautiful, beautiful spike up. Body press. And we know we can go into Electrode safely after this. So I'm going to get up as many spikes as possible here. That way I don't have to worry about this threat. We'll see. Also, just based on this damage, I don't think they're fully Fizz Def. Because this Scizor is doing a good chunk. Let's just see if let's see how much max HP takes. Yeah, that's more like a max HP variant. Maybe some defense, but they're not fully Fizz Def. That's good to know. Sion Avalanche Body Press. This is just like their counter to Dragonite. I'm assuming maybe Liquidation is their last move. Could be it. This is something that gets shut down by Taunt Ape, but we want to, like I said, get up as many spikes as possible. Just start wearing down my opponent's team and really just annoy the hell out of them. So, there it is. Get a nice little body press off here. Perfect. And then I think we're just going to get up my final layer right now. Because, again, we're going to play a game where there's full layers up. And after that, I can taunt. Just in case they want to go for Yawn again. So we go for another Scizor's Edge. This is nice, man. Hitting Scizor's Edges is kind of nice. Holy crap. Not used to this. Not used to this. Again, I'm assuming last move is Liquidation. AKA loses, Mono loses to Annihilate with Taunt. But this is great. They're actually doing no damage. They do switch as well, so I actually get damage off on something else coming in, which is nice. Who is this? Roaring Moon? This is Rillaboom. Okay, close. Alright, let's see how much Rillaboom takes from this. Rillaboom, Roaring Moon. Ooh, I did a good chunk to Rillaboom. I'll be honest, that's a nice hefty chunk. And I get some beautiful recovery back too. I get the leftovers, I get all this. So I get up all 3 layers of spike now, which is amazing. I don't have to worry about that later. They do have leftovers as well. Leftovers. I want to keep my multi-scale on Dragonite because I know that the Wifi is more than likely unburdened. So this guy is really strong here too. But actually, I think I want to make the Electro play just in case my opponent ends up going for Leech Seed. Even knockoff is fine because they don't really have much hazards on their team. Let's see how much my Electro takes from this. They go right for Wood Hammer, which I obviously resist. Barely. Which I barely resist. So, that did over half. That did over half. We know that they're not choice. Well, we know they're not choice band. Wood Hammer is not that invested. Right? Does well over half, though. I could technically Terra Ice, but I'm going to Volt Switch here. Because I have Cresselia. And honestly, they could fear the Terra Ice. They literally could fear the Terra Ice, which is why I want to make this play. So I want to be able to get up, basically, again, Terra Ice could knock them out. They could fear that Terra Blast Ice, so they may switch. We also want to be aware of how many turns they have of grassy terrain, but he could be max special defense as well. But that's a significant amount of attack investment, I think. So yeah, he does scout for the Terra Ice, which is smart. We get a nice little Volt Switch off here. Beautiful. I believe that is Florges. Perfect. Wood Hammer. And no hazard control. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so a few options here. Well, one, really. Actually, I have 2. I could technically bring out my Samurott and get recovery, which might be good, but I think that considering they have no ground type on their team, Cresselia, and also Cresselia is my counter to this Pokemon, Cresselia and Thunder Wave seems to be the best play. I think that's definitely the best play. Get some lovely damage off on Florges too with that, just the hazards and everything. Florges, Volt Switch does about, yeah, I don't think they have a lot of speed off on this thing. So we're going to go for Thunder Wave. If they start commenting up or if they tear our ground, we're good. We do land a Thunder Wave, which is beautiful. Don't got to worry about this guy at all. And I do have the Intimidates for Wifi. I know it's going to be like some acrobatic set, so we want to be really careful. So we do see the Baton Pass there. Baton Pass. It's paralyzed, though. Rillaboom's taking all 3 layers. These spikes are looking really, really nice. I do have heavy-duty boots on my Electrode. Though I can kind of, in this game, bluff that I am choiced. I can kind of bluff that I'm choiced. Maybe not specs, but maybe I can bluff that I'm choiced. Scarf? Who knows? Who knows? If Roaring Moon comes out and it gets a booster energy, we go Crocodile anyway, and we already have the spike damage on it, so we knock it out with low kick. Again, Grafia is that huge threat. Grafia is a huge threat to me, which is why I'm keeping that multi-scale. Alex comes out. Is that Alex the Azelf? Alex the Azelf. I don't want them to sub up on me as I go for Thunder Wave. I can beat them with Leaf Storm or even just this. So I'm gonna scout for like Shadow Ball, Trick. They do end up going for U-turn. U-turn does a good chunk from 264 to 119. Didn't pay attention to that. That just does so much damage. Samurai Hisuian, U-turn does 164. 9. That's 145 damage, which is naive, I would say. Naive, no attack investment. That's about naive, no attack investment, or a little, or that's extra belt maybe. It's either extra belt. It's either extra belt or it's max attack. Yeah, so it's either max attack or extra belt. Good to know. Good to know. There is the Rillaboom coming out. However, I believe Grassy Terrain ends. In a turn or two, so like literally after this. So if they want to Wood Hammer me as well, I'll be okay. And my Samurai gets to have this. Yeah, I'll be alright if they want to Wood Hammer. I just want to see how much Annihilate takes from Rillaboom. Yeah, Grassy Terrain does end. Let's just assume it's... Let's get rid of the Choice Band. Let's get rid of the Grassy Terrain. And Wood Hammer will do 55-66 at their max attack. However, if they do that and they take enough recoil, I'm in a good spot. So I'm going to go into my Annihilate here because I think they might actually end up U-turning too. I'm going to pay attention on the damage next time on Azelf. I think they're physically based though. I think they're definitely physically based. But yeah, if they go for U-turn on Annihilate, then I get 100 base power on my move. So let's see. I could definitely see them going for U-turn too. There's Drain Punch, so I look amazing right now. I look amazing right now because of Drain Punch. And honestly, I could see them going Dondozo. I'm just going to go for Bulk Up here. They can't kill me in one hit. They do end up going for Leech Seed. Leech Seed. Drain Punch. Get my little boost. Dozo is actually not going to die because they didn't give me 100 base power on this thing yet. And I don't want to give them recovery on that. So we know the Leech Seed, Wood Hammer, Drain Punch. If they have U-turn, I don't think they go for it. Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to go for U-turn. But I want a situation where I can get up rocks. I'm going to simply go for Drain Punch here. I'm assuming Dozo's going to come out. Yeah. I'm assuming Dozo's going to come out. They're faster than me as well. Oh, yeah, there's Rudy the Dozo. Rudy the Don Dozo. Rudy the Bozo. Oh my god, they did a lot. Yeah, I did a lot of damage. Hold up. Hold up. That did a lot of damage. Like, I know they're going to be recovering here, but, yo, that did a lot of damage. Hold everything. Why'd that do so much? Yeah, they truly are especially defensive. That's super special defensive. Then again, I might just be messing around with the spikes. Shutdown makes it a little bit easier to be able to see. We're going to switch out into our Cresselia here on one hit just to not give them any recovery and then go right back out. I think into Annihilate. I could also see them doubling out into Azelf here. Once rocks go up, we feel really good here. They could also go Rillaboom again. If they do, I'm going to Thunder Wave that as well with Cresselia because the game plan is Thunder Wave everything. The game plan is Thunder Wave everything, right? So I'm assuming maybe a Yawn, maybe a Liquidation. Liquidation doesn't do crap to Cresselia. There's a double. Let's see what they go into. Andre the Azelf one more time. Oh, that's not Azelf. What am I saying? Andre the Rillaboom. Excuse me. Okay, so I can Thunder Wave here. I can Thunder Wave here. This is a good Rillaboom play, but like once it's paralyzed, it's slower than every mon on my team. So that's gonna open up my Annihilate for beating this mon, basically. So we're gonna Thunder Wave here. They do end up going for Substitute. Ooh, okay. Sub Leech Seed, Wood Hammer. Sub Leech Seed, Wood Hammer. That's really cool. Do I want to risk my my Electrode? I kind of do. Because I think they Leech Seed first, but maybe they Wood Hammer first. Because I want to get out Dragonite. Because Dragonite will beat this 1v1. So we're going to go out to Electrode. If they Wood Hammer, I'm okay. Drain's going to do a good chunk, but I'm more scared about Leech Seed. I'm more scared about Leech Seed. Yeah, they do go Leech Seed. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I could see them trying to Drain on me instead of going for Wood Hammer. I could see them trying to Drain on me instead of going for Wood Hammer. Volt Switch never kills their sub. Annihilate. Hisuian Electrode. Rillaboom. Volt Switch will never beat their sub. I think I'm just going to Terrasilize. And go for Terra Blast to guarantee break their sub. That's a 6 set. I do have static on this thing as well, so there is a chance that I paralyze them. But I'm going for this because I don't want to miss Leaf Storm. And this will definitely break their sub. And we have Dragonite in the back to kind of deal with them with what's it called? With my Air Slash. And my Ice Beam too. I have a lot. So we're going to Terra Blast. Beautiful. Beautiful Terra there. This should definitely break the sub. Modest. Yep. There we go. I can see them Wood Hammering, but again, the more contact they make, the better. They could go for Drain Punch, predicting me to be Terra Ice. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see if we get the static off on them. No, but we're gonna get some decent damage off on Rillaboom here. We're gonna get some decent damage off on Rillaboom. By Terra. Leaf Storm and Grassy Terrain is strong as hell. It's stronger than Terra, so I'm gonna go for Leaf Storm here. It's stronger than Terra. If they want to go for Wood Hammer, I'm good. It also smokes Florges. It does like 50% if they're no HP. Like, it does so much damage. And if they Wood Hammer, they're going to take a lot of recoil as well. Which is exactly what I want. And again, they've touched me twice, so 51% chance they get paralyzed, which they end up getting paralyzed there. As I mentioned, it's a 51% chance. Odds. 230s. Probability. Good job, Electrode. You did it. Good job, Electrode. You did that. You hella did that. You did that for me. You goat. You young goat, you. Alright. So, how do I want to go now? Grassy Terrain disappeared. Perfect. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Annihilate now. And then just proceed to bulk up once, so I live Azelf's hit guaranteed. There's a super chance they switch here because they want Grassy Terrain up for the other mon. Yo, Parrot is beautiful. Parrot is beautiful. Like, they want Grassy Terrain, so you wouldn't want this mon to die. Assuming that you have Grafai, right, to do with this, you don't want this mon to die. And by having a bulk up, I should be able to beat Dozo 1v1 easily. I also will live a hit from Azelf because it's attack invested. I also live extra by Azelf too. So it's Annihilate time. For sure it's Annihilate time. Yep, they switch. Perfect. Alex comes out. So Psychic does not kill me. Psychic does not kill me. This guy's EV to eat that. Azelf. Psychic does 398 damage max. I guess technically there is a roll where it does kill me. Alright, we'll go Crook here. We'll go Crook. Just in case. Just in case. Because there is a roll where they do kill me. So we're going to go Crook here. Yeah, there's literally a roll where they kill me. And they do go for Psychic. Perfect. I don't think it makes sense to ever want to stay in with this into me. Even if you have Grass Knot. It does kill me though. I'm going to make the Annihilate play, just a scout for Grass Knot Energy Ball or a switch. Because I would love to get up rocks, but also Annihilate coming in just means that they can't bring out something else on them. Again, I think they would have, they might U-turn as well. They might try and U-turn, and I would love to get that 100 base power on my Annihilate. So I get a kill, kill, kill. As is probably the biggest threat. So they do switch first, perfect. Psychic. Perfect. And we get the extra turn of leftovers, which is very, very important because now we do not die. We do not die. I know that they're not specs because they did way too much damage with U-turn. They did way too much damage with U-turn. To my dude. Yeah, they did way too much damage with U-turn to my dude. So, we know they're not specs. We're going to KO this right here with Drain Punch. Should be a free kill. Yep, give me that threat. Gone. Dozo's gone, finally. Again, we EV'd this thing to be able to take it. We know they're not specs on Azelf because of how much they did to my other guy. So I'm going to stay in one turn and go for Rage Fist. If I die and they end up being choice specs, I'm going to be very... They go for Stealth Rock, so I get the turn. I mean, this turn works out very well for me, right? So there's Stealth Rock, U-turn Psychic. SR. I do 1,000,000,000% to them. And I want to kill them here with Rage Fist, so I'm going to go for it. Psychic does not kill me. Ever. Yep. And now I'm 100 base power. So Azelf's dead. 100 BP Ape. Perfect. So Azelf and that are gone. Azelf is a very fast Pokemon. Yes. Commentary. That makes sense. Let's go! Rillaboom could come out. For sure, to try and get up the grassy terrain for Grafai, which I'm fairly confident at this point it's unburdened. But again, we have saved our multi-scale. We have saved our multi-scale for this Pokemon in particular. Do we see Booster? We do not see Booster. We're going to go on to Crocodile here. On this Mon. Roaring Moon. If it's Choice Band with Intimidate, does a lot. Does a lot. But we've saved it, which is the important part. And again, we have 100 base power on Ape, which currently kills Florges and everything else. So let's see. We have to Intimidate. Let's see if they're Clear Body. Nope, they're not the Clear Amulet. They go right for Crunch. 370 to 318. And their Life Orb. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. I'm going to get rocks here instead, just for, again, because I'm really worried about that late game. I'm very, very, very worried about that late game Grafai, and I want as many hazards as possible to be able to deal with that. I want as many hazards as possible to be able to deal with that. So another Life Orb in there at 50%. I know that Dragonite's Extreme Speed can knock them out after too. Orb. So if they hit me again, they're going to basically get cooked. And if they go for U-turn, they take Rocky Helmet plus that, and they die to Stealth Rock plus Spike upon switching. So even if they roost, that doesn't matter to me either. They go right for Outrage, which isn't going to kill me. Perfect. Does not do that much at all. I'm going to get up my Stealth Rock here. Get up my rocks here. And then proceed to, I think sack Samurott, because Samurott is actually kind of useless. Whereas this guy can still get off and Intimidate. So I'm going to sack Samurott to this guy. And then bring out Dragonite and Extreme Speed. Yeah, definitely bring out Dragonite and Extreme Speed. Yeah. Alright, so. Because again, I want them rocks for Rillaboom. I want to make sure that Florges is like worn down later. There's that. I can go Dragonite now. We'll see if that rocks in. The reason I'm doing that is because, again, I'm worried about the Unburdened Grafai that can Terra. I'm worried about the Unburdened Grafai that can Terra. So Dragonite should be able to kill this. Perfect. That goes down. And then if Rillaboom wants to come out, I can knock that thing out with Ice Beam. They'd probably go Florges, though. But if Rillaboom ever comes out, we knock that out with Ice Beam. And Dragonite still beats Rillaboom as well, always. So it'd be crazy if Rillaboom died to Hazards, though, because of the spike. And that, I don't know if it does, but it'd be crazy if it did. It'd be straight up crazy if it did. And we have that 100 BP on Annihilate as well in the back. So, worst comes to worst, we should be okay, in theory. That Rage, I mean, because that Rage should knock out Florges. It's 100, so, and I have attack investment too. That's a strong as hell attack. Florges takes, come on, just show me Fortress and Floragato. Like, I'm trying to look at Florges. Alright, so there is Florges coming in. It's going to take all that damage, every last bit of damage there. We're going to make the Cresselia play on Florges. We know it's Baton Pass. Probably Wish plus Baton Pass. I would assume it'd be Wish plus Baton Pass. We'll see. Definitely not Heal Bell because I don't exist. There's Protect. Baton Pass, Protect. So we can Calm Mind up. And if they try and pass the Rillaboom, they'll die. If they try and pass the Rillaboom, they'll die. They thought I was banded. No, you got a Brox. They don't think I'm banded. Alright, we're going to Calm Mind up here. And just start basically wearing down Florges. Because this will be Florges in the end. I'm not worried about Rillaboom in the end either. Because I can always go Ape. They do get fully paralyzed as well. So pretty big para. +1 Psyshock, 26 to 31%. So it's not enough to KO Florges, but it's enough to, if it gets paralyzed on either the Wish or the Protect, to KO it. So we're gonna Psyshock here, always. This is a guarantee to a KO. Again, it's enough to threaten it. And Grafai is most likely Terra Dark, but it could be Terra Flying. So as long as I Thunder Wave that too, I should be good. Oh, they end up hard switching out. So they sack the Rillaboom there, which makes sense because they're going to try and get their Unburdened dude in. Yeah, they sack the Rillaboom there. Unfortunately, just shy of the KO with Hazards. Okay. Rillaboom goes down to Cress. And I'm assuming what's going to happen is Dragonite into Grafai. Air Slash is 55 to 65 into E-Speed, even with +1 defense, which is going to be getting right now because of the Unburden. Okay, so there's the Grassy Seed with the Unburden and all that stuff. There it is. It's most likely going to Terra Dark, but if it has random sub, I'm going to go Crocodile first just to get a -1 attack on it. Also, I mean, there's a chance they don't even kill me unless they're like if they're Terra Fly, then they have to take Rocky. Either way, they have to take Rocky Helmet here because Gunk Shot won't kill me. And if they are Terra Dark, which is something I would bring for Cresselia, then we're good too. So we get off the Intimidate with Crocodile. There's that Crook. Here's the Terra. Okay, let's see if it's Terra Dark. Is it Terra Dark? It is Terra Dark, as we expected. It's probably going to SD. Which means it has Knock. And I can hit it with a Low Kick. So it has Knock Off, most likely, Gunk Shot, and probably Acrobatics. If it has Low Kick, that's fine. Because Gunk Shot does not knock me out ever. +2. Gunk Shot never knocks me out. That never knocks me out. What is that? Does Acro even knock me out? I don't even know if Acro knocks me out. Acro doesn't even knock me out. That's crazy. It does 142. I'm at 141. So actually, it needs the highest roll possible to knock me out. Let's see. If they even have it, that is. If they have low kick, they have low kick. But again, -1 is really, 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 really good. So they go for acrobatics. As I mentioned, Calc's on deck. We're going to force them to take 2 turns of Rocky Helmet. And then Big Dragonite is going to win me this game, baby, with double E speed. Big Dragonite is going to win me this game. Let's go, Dragonite. Let's go. I just double E speed to win the game. Ah, the Mons did it. Yeah, take that Rocky Helmet. You like that? You like that, Wifi? I don't know why I'm talking Wifi like that. Wifi did nothing wrong. And this is very important to me. This I'm not saying it's over, but Crest never loses to Florges, so it's over. This game was very important to me, this live, because well, first off, I lost my week 1, but also big shout out to Samurott. Came back in this one, right? Actually went for actually hit its attacks, all 3 of them. I got up all 3 spikes. So, but this is important to me because Lars and I are 1-1, and he actually was the only person ever to knock me out of playoffs of a draft league. He knocked me out in the GBA. I beat him in the regular season, and then in the I think no. I beat him in the season before in something else. Or something like that. And then he beat me in my match that I needed to win to get playoffs because I think either he crit me or something. Yeah, he literally crit me at the end. Or I missed. And, yeah, so obviously that sucks. And I lost from that. So that was like, I wanted to win because now instead of 1-1, we're 2-1, baby. 2-1. And I got my dub. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm going to hit up Lars, see if he can do a nice interview with me. But if you did enjoy, please let me know. Leave a like. I feel like every single Mon I had put in the work they were supposed to. I feel like every single Mon... Oh, that's a sick trainer card. I didn't even notice that. But I feel like every single Mon I had put in the work they were supposed to. But if you did enjoy, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe. We're going to be doing this every single Sunday. I got the Watch Togethers happening tonight. I got on Fridays the Pick'ems. A lot of stuff going on for Draft League. Subscribe to Lars as well. And also, like I said, if you want to pick up my Draco Shaker, make sure you use code AIM. You can support me. The link is down below. And, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to hit him up to see if he wants to do an interview. Peace, guys. So I'm here with Lars, and you can say hi to the people, bro.
Yeah, hola, guys and girls. He's Lars. And, yeah, sadly the match just happened, as you saw, most likely. And now I'm here to make some excuses why that happened.
I mean, I did paralyze you. But in Electrode's defense, it has a 51% chance to parry you if you hit it twice. So... Just slightly the coin flip.
Like I said, there's a reason you run this ability. So
literally, yeah. It's I mean, so my team, as you can see, I was very terrified of actually unburdening Grafai plus like Rillaboom, that combo, because that combo was really nice in practice. So even like I have 3 psychic types, so obviously Roaring Moon is coming, right? That's just a given. Yeah. I have 3 psychic types. Roaring Moon is coming. So, as you can see, I tailored Crocodile and Samurott with the very magical 252 Impish in order to deal with Roaring Moon and also, like, live Grafai's hit at the end. As you saw, you are Adamant, though. Jolly never killed. Adamant was a roll. Yeah.
I didn't have to risk it. I have the low kick, but I was scared that it was too greedy to go for acrobatics. Low kick was, of course, in retrospect, always the smarter way to guarantee kill you. I was just scared about like some switching shenanigans, going into the ghost type, and then intimidating me again. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Fair. I think that's very fair. For me, all I had to do was just get 1 hit off on you with Rocky Helmet, and then I knew that Dragonite could E-speed twice. Though, if you had been healthier. And let's say somehow Crocodile died immediately, and I don't know, you've been like for 50, I would have to like Ice Beam into E-Speed, which is just fine. I don't think there's anything that could actually kill me through multi-scale, even if you crit. Because if you're Terra Dark, you have to have knockoff. You most likely have you need acrobatics for Annihilate, 100%. And then the last move was either Gunk Shot or Low Kick. And I figured that if you're Terra Dark, it's probably Low Kick. Because you're not like Terra Fly, so you don't actually feel safe in front of Crook. Grafai is such a great pick, by the way. I love the balance of your draft. I think that they rated it very, very wrong, in my opinion.
They hated the bulk I drafted.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the wish. I love that everybody who got a fairy, specifically you, there's the Terra Water. Yep, made sure that it could beat Heatran no matter what. So I love that about that. What was the thought process in bringing what's it called? In the sub-seed Rillaboom. It was such a strong pick. I love it. Like very, very strong pick.
I mean, at first, of course, I knew I wanted to bring Gafari, so of course Rillaboom had to come, and then it was the idea, okay, what is the best set for Rillaboom versus you? And I didn't want to be a choice variant because everything I locked myself into, you have a scary switch into, potentially.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have U-turn because I either get burned by Flame Body, Heatran at some point, or I give an unnecessary boost to Annihilate.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically spots open. I want to have a strong grass move. I want to have Drain Punch to, of course, hit the grass resist, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had 2 spots open to fill in, and then Leech Subseed, of course, very standard set of Rillaboom, makes him a little bit more bulky, give him longevity, so I can use him later on, of course, for Grafari. And that's how the set was born. It just sounded like a fun idea. Like whenever you want to switch in, Leech Seed is always a pretty fine play.
No, this is a great pick, dude, because it beats Heatran without having to touch it, without having to risk Flame Body. Because you can sub, if I'm Magma Storm, you probably beat it 1v1 anyway. You beat it 1v1 anyway. Whether I hit or land, you still beat that 1v1. I actually really, really like that. Part of the reason like I was scared to bring Heatran into you, even though one set I kind of wanted to run, and I don't know if I'll run it in a playoff rematch or whenever, but was like a Life Orb Heatran with like Overheat, Explosion, because Explosion kills Roaring Moon if it tries to set up on me, and like things like that. And Explosion also like smashes. I was gonna run Max Attack, Max Special Attack, so it smashes Florges as well with like any attack into it, depending. But I opted to obviously not bring that. I originally had Delphox over Electrode, but I noticed that the speed from Electrode was really good. Also, it's very hard Pokemon for you to switch into because your ground type obviously dies to Leaf Storm, Mudsdale, and then like Rillaboom gets worn down by hazards versus your team easily. My Annihilate was EV to always live Psychic from full, Extra Belt Psychic from full, literally Extra Belt Psychic from full.
I mean, I was assuming it would you had to be a very offensive variant to be so good by that.
Yeah. I did have offense though. I did have 100 attack EVs Adamant because that lets me 1v1 Dozo with Taunt plus that, and I did assume like a more offensive Dozo, which makes a lot of sense because Ape can beat Dozo if it's Taunt and you try and curse up. So having more offense and also having like the leftovers plus the grassy terrain recovery was really, really strong there. How did you not think that like Nasty Plat Azov was something you didn't want to try versus me because like you turned for better for momentum because you were scared of Cress, or what was the thought process going to that?
So basically Azov was a late addition because my team has a problem with getting up hazards itself a little bit. So I had to think, okay, who of my hazard setters does the best versus you? Potentially Process does things. Matzel, like I said, would have been great for Lycanroc, which didn't come, but anything else, meh. And then I knew, okay, I had to bring Azov as my rocker, so Rock's of course already one of the set, and then I waste another move slot for Nasty Plot, then I have like 2 moves I can try and hit you with, and that's not enough coverage for the team, I felt.
Fair. That's fair. And also, I think you make a really good point, and I feel like, that's what Samurott like kind of solves, right? Because if you waste a turn versus my team getting up a hazard, you risk being attacked. And like the turn you get up Stealth Rock, I clicked Rage Fist, right? So like things like that, like whereas obviously Samurott, which was I was very lucky this week that it landed all 3 like immediately. Like I was really lucky this week that it landed. But like I'm able to attack while also providing spikes pressure a lot. Did you think about choice ban Roaring Moon versus my team, or was it like? Or do you think just Dragonets had just a better chance of sweeping me over outright? I'm assuming +1 outrage kills. My bad, Annihilate.
It does a lot. Like I said, your team doesn't have a fairy, so just depending on how many monsters there, just clicking outrage, be it boosted or unboosted, is just super strong. And then, like I said, a lot of psychic types. So obviously the crunch is nice as well. And yeah, it was like there's a few mons here and there which allow me setup on your squad. And at first I thought, okay, maybe I can. At first he was like a not life of variant, but I think Master Band or something like that, so I could like bluff the choice.
Yeah.
And then at some point you start switching around, start sacking mons, and then you're surprised with a surprise Dragon Dance, and suddenly you have a faster Roaring Moon problem in front of you. So, but in the end, the immediate power from Lifer was just, I think, more useful. Like I said, Dragon Dance was more like, if I get the opportunity, it's nice, but I didn't need that much coverage because Outrage and Crunch just hit your team so good.
I agree with you, and also I noticed obviously you didn't bring boots, but like I feel like not having the extra power, like even in mocks when I played, like anybody who had boots versus me, they were just weaker in a sense. You know, like obviously no life orb here, no choice band, no booster energy. Grafai, I needed Grassy Seed for sure for Unburden, obviously. And then Rillaboom leftovers just made a lot of sense for this. So like while hazards end up being insane in this game, you still had Leech Seed recovery. You still had leftovers on a bunch of mons. So I don't know. I like the 6 you brought. They were basically, I think, the best 6 you could bring versus me. Maybe you could have argued like a Palmot, but I felt like Palmot, if it wasn't clicking Double Shock, which it only got to click once, it was kind of weak into like Ape, but it's like strong into the rest of my mons. I don't know, but I was happy to see the double grass showdown and like obviously Electrode being able to do its thing. So.
Why would you have to be Terry and not just be one of the other type and just die?
Yeah, literally. You have anything you want to tell them about like the upcoming season, what they can expect from you or anything? You know, this is your chance, bro. Get them to sub to you. You're someone who's been here forever.
Yeah, guys, if you're a fan of like a German guy trying to beat up the international draft community here, follow me. I do some more. I lean more into the sports angle with the overall season. I try and have a bit more fun with the content, like not just being like acting like the Pokemon are players and stuff like that. Actually, so yeah, having a lot of fun with that. Had some past successes in this gen already, so trying to replicate that. So yeah, start following me early, so you can say you followed the champion from the start. And you're not
You're in 2 leagues right now, right? Or 3?
No, I'm only one. This is the active one right now. We have another one which starts the draft in like a few weeks. But I stopped doing multiple leagues at once because that's just very time consuming.
It's very hard.
Yeah,
I agree completely. But yeah, guys, go and check out Lars, please. His link will be down below. Someone who's been here for a long time. Plenty of great draft content. Dude dresses up in a suit, and the vids are really fun to watch. They're great. He's like if CBB played draft on Wi-Fi. That's what I like Lars a lot. So go ahead and subscribe to him, and we'll see you guys in the next one. That's it. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.